Change of Command. How about we? We're saying it's the ones that show up. Yeah. They do this, I heard, like in Montana.
That was my intro.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please find your seats as we will begin shortly. At this time, we request that all electronic devices be turned off for the duration of the ceremony. Today's ceremony is considered an indoor ceremony. Military members in uniform will stand at attention during the presentation of the colors and the playing of the Japanese and U.S. national anthems. We also invite our civilian guests to stand and place their right hand over their heart. On behalf of the Commander, 35th Maintenance Group, Colonel Brian Wall, begins the ceremony. In a few moments, you will witness Major Matthew Pardini relinquish command of the 35th Maintenance Squadron to Major Casey Schindling. Major Pardini has served as the 35th Maintenance Squadron Commander since 9 June 2023 and will be attending the Air Command and Staff College at Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. His military biography is located in your program. Major Schindling comes to us from the Air Command and Staff College, where she was a student. Her military biography is likewise located in your program. The change of command ceremony is deeply rooted in military tradition that dates back to the early 18th century. It is a visible means of handing over the reins of command from the departing commander to the new commander. As the unit guidon is exchanged, it represents both relinquishment and acceptance of command. For Major Pardini, it marks the end of a successful tour of duty. For Major Schindling, it marks the beginning of a challenging endeavor. This ceremony is an important part of our military heritage that preserves tradition and stimulates a spirit of corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of the colors, singing of the national anthems by Senior Daniel Arce, and the invocation by Chaplain Jeff Thompson.
Sir, uniform. Present the colors. Right shoulder out. Color. Ready. Cut. Oh, hard. Hard.
today we celebrate the effort, dedication, and excellence of Major Matthew Pardini, who has faithfully fulfilled his duty as the 35th Maintenance Squadron Commander, the largest in TACAC. We thank you for the significant contributions he has made, both personally and professionally, with his staff. He is truly a leader worth following. Thank you for those who have stood beside and supported him in this important role, especially his loving wife, Rachel. We pray your continuous blessing on Major Pardini and his family in their next chapter. Watch over and protect them as they continue to serve at Maxwell. Now we welcome Major Schindling as our new 35th Maintenance Squadron Commander. Grant her the skills, knowledge, and wisdom to excel in her new position, leading our Wild Weasel maintainers. We lift up Major Schindling today. Let her feel welcome and supported here. Finally, I ask your blessing on the organizers of today's event, as well as everyone in attendance. Guard and protect us all in our efforts to serve you. In your name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Base Honor Guard, Senior Airman Arce, and Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, we'd like to welcome our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until the end. The presiding official, the commander, 35th Maintenance Group, Colonel Brian Wong and his spouse, Larissa. The commander, 35th Maintenance Squadron, Major Matthew Pardini. The incoming commander, 35th Maintenance Squadron, Major Schindling. We are also honored to have with us today the commander, 35th Fighter Wing, Colonel Paul Davidson, and his wife, Megan. The deputy commander, 35th Fighter Wing, Colonel Matthew Kinkle. The command chief, 35th Fighter Wing, Chief Master David Nahara, and his spouse, Liza. We're also pleased to present today all group, squadron, flight commanders, chiefs, senior enlisted leaders, first sergeants, and other members of the Wild Weasel and Masawa community. Now my pleasure to introduce the 35th Maintenance Group Commander, Colonel Brian Wong, for opening remarks.
Great day, right? Beautiful outside, and Cowbelly's hacking me. All right, well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and importantly, the 35th Maintenance Squadron. Thank you so much for your time to be here with us to witness the ceremony that embodies a sacred trust that we have in our squadron commanders. To the friends and family online, welcome, and I'm sure you are very proud of Matt and Casey as one leaves a challenging, successful, and rewarding command, and the other anxious to take the guide on and serve the 622 bright, ready, and motivated airmen that comprises the 35th Maintenance Squadron. Of course, none of this would even be possible without awesome support from an amazing team across the wing. On behalf of Major Pardini, Major Schindling, and I, many thanks to a tremendous team who put this together. Lieutenant Boyce, Master Sergeant Holcomb, Staff Sergeant Villarreal, Staff Sergeant Carr, Protocol Honor Guard, Chaplain, Senior Airman Arce, and so many others for organizing, executing, and humbly accepting the opportunity to be a big part of today's ceremony. We are very grateful, and thank you. I truly believe what one of our Chief of Staff of the Air Force said, General Goldfein, when he stated that the squadron is the beating heart of the United States Air Force, our most essential team. When an airman comes out of basic training, they go to a squadron, and we infuse them with a culture of what it means to be an airman. And as a squadron commander, you're going to have the most impact on individual airmen at that level of command. You will be that person that invokes, stokes, and upholds the squadron culture. I am certain that Matt can attest to that, and Casey, you will soon be charged. Indeed, we are very fortunate to have two amazing people exchanging a guide on today. To continue what PJ Fleck, the University of Minnesota football coach that probably no one in this room who knows, once coined, row the boat. He means you could easily stop or keep rowing and moving forward, despite the currents, the storms, the murkiness, or even the relative calm that lies ahead. Matt, you did that, and continually showed perseverance and ability to tackle challenges with vigor and enthusiasm. Thank you for your leadership and continually rowing the boat. You've shown extreme poise and a whole lot of gratitude, during unpredictable and unchallenging times, faced with obstacles that you successfully navigated. You and your team made historical change and pushed to create a new squadron, the 35th Munitions Squadron, which will be realized next week, as that squadron is established, as it should have been decades ago. You prepped your squadron to showcase our combat capability across the globe by sending talented airmen, such as fuels, age rangers, fabrication maintainers, egress technicians, and armament experts to the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Philippines, Alaska, and all across Japan. Your team supports so much more than our important mission here, powering the region and Air Force repair network with engines, avionics pods, hydraulic components, built and repaired with PML expertly calibrated equipment. Maintenance flight keeps our jets rolling and flying operations safe. Your ammo team is always on call, ready to prepare, move, receive munitions anytime and anywhere. And with armament teammates, absolutely did a wonderful job executing a dynamic integrated combat turn movement, teaming with a 30 wing. Champion innovation, leading the charge and advocacy, standing up the Wings Innovation Lab, and created the environment for innovation to thrive. You took challenges face on to create opportunities and handle them with grace. You cared. Your all was during weekly roll calls or just being out and about, your airmen cared for you. Command has its ups and downs, and I know full well you put your heart into everything that you did and that what you have done. We look forward to seeing what's next for you and Rachel, and know that the Air Force will continue to rely on you. Thank you for leading well, and we wish you good luck as you recharge at Air Command and Staff College. Major Schindling, welcome back to command. This is Casey's second command, and brings a wealth of knowledge in aircraft maintenance with recent experience on helicopters and fighters at Aviano and Osan. Professionals and being back with a Viper. Throughout these first few days, I have to say that I am looking forward to working with you and seeing where you're going to take the squadron next. A few things I'm going to charge you with. First is trust. It's the foundational part of leadership that requires transparency and approachability, accountability, and responsibility. Trust your airmen and give them room to grow, develop, make decisions, and learn. They will have trust in you to give them a productive and positive environment with resources, space, and confidence to do their job well. Lead with vigor and build the strength of trust. Courage. I have a lot of confidence in you and expect you to take calculated risks and make decisions moving forward with a bias for action. Don't be afraid to lead. Being afraid paralyzes our actions and blocks innovation. Lead courageously and ensure you execute your mission, which is a whole lot more than the equipment that we work on. Care. Our maintainers often work in the harshest conditions at all hours of the day. Always remember that behind every sortie, your 622 plus maintainers put hours of work to make it happen. They are our most prized possession, who have spouses, children, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and friends who trust you to provide the best for them. We often think of them as invincible, but they bleed, feel, and tired just like all of us. We cannot forget that our nation has entrusted us to care for our airmen, and in turn, they will always meet our nation's call. Finally, have pride and passion for your mission and your team. I look forward to seeing where you're going to take us next. Thank you so much. Biggest, baddest, best. Look.
Thank you, Colonel Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Wong presents the Meritorious Service Medal to Major Pardini.
Squadron, and hut! Present the order.
Attention to orders. Major Matthew Pardini distinguished himself as in the performance of outstanding service to the United States Air Force as the commander of the 35th Maintenance Squadron, Misawa Air Base, Japan. During this period, Major Pardini commanded Pacific Air Force's largest maintenance squadron, leading 622 airmen and providing flight line, backshop, and intermediate level repair for 44 F-16 fighters, and the U.S. Air Force's only permanently stationed fighter. He led Pacific Air Force's F-16 engine centralized repair facility and oversaw of 158 F-16 engines supporting 104 aircraft across 3 wings and managed a $571 million munition stockpile worth $416 million in infrastructure, ensuring operational readiness for 104 deployment packages in support of Indo-PACOM priorities. Moreover, Pardini partnered with Pacific Air Force's staff to divest 182 F-16 positions and secure $31 million in F-35 human resources, positioning the fighter wing for its first mission change in 35 years. Finally, his innovation-infused planning boosted the maintenance group's budget by 22%, generating critical resources that fueled the fighter wing's $204 million fiscal year 2023 closeout, surging funding by 25.8%. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Major Pardini reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
All right.
It is my pleasure to introduce the commander of the 3rd Maintenance Squadron, Major Matthew Pardini.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, Angel. Thank you all for the formation being here. I know Colonel Long thanked everybody already, but I want to tell you guys thank you so much for being here. You guys are a great representation of the squadron. First, I want to thank God for the opportunity to be on this stage today. With only His grace and guidance am I here. I'm incredibly humbled to be back here today, where I started my maintenance officer journey 12 years ago, the Sal MXS. The last 2 years commanding PACAF's largest maintenance squadron has been incredible and a demanding adventure, stacked with dozens of awards for the team's hard-earned accomplishments and mission successes. For those who were here 2 years ago may remember that I brought Rachel some flowers as a token of my love and appreciation, and also to preemptively ask for her forgiveness for all the late night phone calls and the early mornings and the, hey, can you take Gabe so I can do this thing for work? And as I look today at the empty seat, thank you so much. As I look at the empty seat, I'm just determining that maybe flowers were not enough because Rachel's no longer here. So you guys didn't know, moved on to Montgomery. She's going to get, already started instructing at senior and COA. So super proud of her, and thank you for Rachel's understanding and love during this time. Thank you, Rachel, for growing our family with baby Noah. I look forward to Pardini back again. To my family, my mom and dad, thank you for setting your own military service, a combined 40 years between both of you. I grew up seeing firsthand what dedication, and likely would not be serving today if it weren't for you, setting the being great role models. Now, looking back at the unit and the equipment, satisfy covering the team's by listing all the awards they've won. But I think MXS's heart and soul, its character and resilience are better exemplified by sharing a few stories that our airmen have showcased, getting mission done while investing in each other. First, I'm going to start off with Arm Shop. After reeling from a less than stellar MXG SAV, they were really pressured to get compliance. So they started working weekends, started working long hours. During that time, we went out there to celebrate promotions like we do at the end of every month. And we pinned on Team Airman stripes for Airman Tejada. And we asked her to pin on asked two people to pin her on. She chose Staff Sergeant Boswell. And I asked her afterwards, why did you choose Staff Sergeant Boswell? She said that she continued to train her, she continued to pour in her despite everything that was going on. And that's absolutely what we needed in MXS, and that flight needed. Despite everything going on, despite preparing for divestment, despite the flight line needing guns and AME, Sergeant Boswell continued to pour into Airman Tejada. Sergeant Carr, proper today, over there, is the epitome of resilience. She hit some road bumps on the road of life, but rather than let the circumstances get her down, she allowed her team in and to help her get moving in the right direction. So often we feel like we must take on burdens by ourselves, but she showed strength to herself and to her team by letting them help her. Now she is leading teams in the avionics back shop, ensuring the mission continues and continuing with the F-16 divestment, which is just additional workload on top of what they're doing. Master Sergeant Strauder. He is a chief French in the making. I will never forget during the surf surge when I first got here, producing, 9 motors in a week, something crazy like that. They were working 12-hour shifts. The squadron was rallying around them, but they were getting tired. I went down there to check on the team, and there was Master Sergeant Strauder, smiling ear to ear. And I asked him, hey, are you doing okay? He's like, I love this shit. And I thought, he gets it. So many people were moping around, but he saw what the team was able to achieve, and he just kept working, and he kept motivating the team. There's many days that I was down. There's many days when circumstances of the day kind of made me feel like, man, I'm just gonna go in my office and kind of pull back. And I remember Master Sergeant Strauder's words, I love this shit, and I'm gonna keep doing what my airmen need. So thank you, Sergeant Strauder, for leading the team. Thank you for everything you guys do in the surf. And just still today, I see him in the APF taking brand new airmen, taking time away from being a flight chief over a giant flight to take airmen to make sure they're set up day one as they enter our squadron. Beyond these folks, I've had the honor to see so many individuals grow, get promoted, and develop as leaders. I've shared the heartbreak when the next job opportunity, the commissioning, or special duty didn't work out. Regardless of the ups and downs, you keep PACAF flying and the Wild Weasel mission going. I could go on and on with stories about the impressive things that you guys have done to make sure the mission is done. But fortunately, or unfortunately, I have a 12 o'clock flight to catch, so I'm gonna speed it up, and I know we're out of time, so we're halfway through, sir. There are a couple people I'd like to thank directly. To my mentors who have always been in my corner. Got me here today. Colonel Bart Henderson, who showed me the leadership and maintenance ropes. The Chief Villarreal, who was my SEL the first time I was here. He continues to be the first person I call whenever I need outside advice. Colonel Long and the MXG leadership team, Colonel Bailey, Chief Williams, thank you for the trust in me and my team. I appreciate all the mentorship and guidance along the way. Specifically, Colonel Long, I want to tell you thank you. As you guys know, as we get closer to our leaders, we see a side of them that maybe not everybody sees. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell that one story. That was a bad day. So shortly after getting here, Rachel and I decided that, we have one kid. So we had a couple losses, and one day Rachel gave me a call and told me the bad news. So I called the boss. I was fine. Like, no big deal. Life happens. We've been through it already once. And I called Colonel Long, and I just planned to say, hey, sir, I just need to go back to the house, take care of Rachel, to the office. And I just lost it. I regrouped, and I continued to ask him for the day off. He said, yeah, absolutely, go home. So I went home and took care of Rachel, and around dinner time, the doorbell rings, and there's Colonel Long at the door. I open the door, and he punches me in the gut and says, get your ass back to work. No, he said, for us without us even asking. And we didn't know we needed the time, but thank you. To another group of heavy hitters, to my flight chiefs who take on the task of prioritizing training and readiness while also keeping the fleet going. Your professionalism and resilience have been nothing short of incredible. Your ability to solve problems at your level across the flights has been incredible to watch. For example, Metals Tech going out and fixing the hush houses. Not your job. You absolutely could have said, get with CE, get with Bright Pat, it's their problem. But you guys chose to go out there, not only make sure the surf could operate, but to make sure that everybody that drove by that road was safe. That is the things you guys did at your own level that I appreciate. The production team. I've been a part of a couple great backshop production teams, but I've never seen a team with so many killers getting it done. Master Sergeant Turner, thank you for leading a team who actively go out of their way to not only take care of MXS airmen, but consider what is best for all the units involved. Not just MXS. You advocated for weekend duty when others did not, because you knew you had to come in this weekend to get jets on the line for Monday, or even 2 Mondays from now. Thank you for your leadership. The CSS team, everybody in there, Nicole, thank you for leading an awesome team. No shade on the previous team. When I got here, I was handed, I don't expect special treatment as a commander. When I got here, I was handed a package of paperwork. That has completely changed because of your leadership, Nicole. Thank you. Casey was able to get her RAB badge 2 days after arriving, so she could focus on getting here, taking the squadron, and being ready to do the mission, not doing paperwork. So thank y'all. First Sergeant Stuart McGott, Stuart Lipio, Stuart Winter, Stuart Hawk, Stuart Fraser, and one of our newest Master Sergeants, Austin Weinberger. Your focus to make them more professionally prepared, mentally resilient, and ready to take on the mission is a huge reason why we are so successful. Thank you for taking care of me too. Ms. Kumi, thanks for keeping the front door safe. Thanks for not letting strangers in there to attack me. Make sure I was on time. Fellow and future commanders, Sue, it has been fun. Thank you for keeping us on schedule and for keeping me sane. CP, Fuse, it's only been a short time, but I wish we could have worked together longer. You are awesome, and I absolutely think you're the right fit for leading the 14th FGS. I know you will do great things for your unit in Misawa, so Casey, Alex, Steve, and Sophie, I can tell already that you're all going to have a blast together, and I'm so excited for what you guys are going to do. The Blue Ridge family, all the commanders, thank you for your candid conversations on those Saturdays, along with all the support along the way. Misawa is special for a lot of reasons, but Blue Ridge is one that we will truly miss. CDC staff, they absolutely raised Gabe for us. Miss Tomi, Miss Rimu, Miss Rio, thank you so much for all your love and that you extended to Gabriel. The caretakers at the CDC are amazing and deserve all of our praise for the incredible work they do raising our children. Chief Diamond, your energy and enthusiasm for our mission and our airmen has been such a great motivator for the squadron and for the month's flight. I'm thankful for your vision that you cast 2 years ago, and I'm thankful that you're going to be here to see it become a reality, to give them the squadron commander that they deserve and the mission needs. Thank you to you and Tracy for your support for the squadron and for Team Pardini. Chief French, thank you for all the conversations and mentorship over the last year. Thank you for being my teammate and helping make my vision for the squadron a reality. We, the squadron, have never been more trained and more focused on being ready for the pure adversary fight than we are right now. Thanks for your hard work. Moreover, I just did feedbacks with all the officers, and half of them listed you as their mentor, so you're doing something right. I can't wait to see you continue moving up. You absolutely need to be a command chief, leading our airmen and more airmen at a higher level. And then Casey, just a word of caution to you. So we went to Guam a couple months ago. There is not a security checkpoint. We built strong teams supporting 44 F-16s that remind our enemies in our backyard, not today. From the first missile movements we've ever done during an ACE exercise to the first CAPEX in 31 years at Misawa, from AIS bringing on more parts that they can support so the supply system can worry about other things, or the hydro shop, for you guys taking parts from the cross-pack aft to ensure not just our airplanes can keep flying, but all cross-pack aft can keep flying. To all 10 flights, you remind our enemies every day that Misawa is bolstered by the 35th Maintenance Squadron, and today is not that day. MXS, you guys did great things before me, and you will continue to do great things after me as Major Schindling takes command. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve you all. It has been a privilege. I tried my best to live the words of Mark 9:35 that on my wall in my office. If anyone wants to be first, he must be last and a servant to all. I hope and that you saw me strive every single day. For your hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and commitment. It is not sheer numbers, but you all who make us the biggest, baddest, best. And I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. I am completely blessed to be on y'all's team. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Major Pardini. Appointment of the 35th Maintenance Squadron. The unit will now present Major Pardini for final salute.
Roger. Present. Arms. Order. Arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command.
Publish the order.
The 35th Maintenance Squadron First Sergeant, Senior Master Sergeant Judge McGough, will come forward with the 35th Maintenance Squadron guide. After the orders are published, Colonel Wong will transfer the squadron guide on, and with it, command from Major Pardini to Major Schindling. Sir, permission to post the orders. Attention to orders. Special order number G2513, Major Casey Schindling is appointed Commander, 35th Maintenance Squadron, Misawa Air Base, Japan, effective 10 June 2025 by order of Colonel Brian Wong, Commander, 35th Maintenance Group, Misawa Air Base, Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the commander of the 35th Maintenance Squadron, Major Casey Schindling.
Slightly shorter. Good morning, Team Misawa. I want to thank you all again for taking the time out of your day to attend today's ceremony. And another special thanks to everyone who put it together and made it memorable. I also want to give a quick shout out to my family and friends who are tuned in virtually, to my parents, to my brother Kyle, sister-in-law Kayla, and the most amazing niece and nephew, Emmy and Ethan. Supporting me through all of my adventures, moves, and PCSs means the world to me. And then to my friends and mentors who are also tuning in, thank you very much for tuning in, as well as calling me out if this speech goes too long. Thank you for your trust and your confidence in selecting me for this position. It is always a humbling experience to be selected for command, and it is a privilege and responsibility that I do not take lightly. It is my honor to join the amazing 35th Maintenance Squadron team. To Matt, thank you to you and Gabe for welcoming me to Misawa, and your friendship and support have been instrumental in preparing me to take command of this unit. You have masterfully led this squadron through multiple deployments, TDYs, exercises, organizational changes, and so much more, and you are leaving behind a strong team and a legacy that we will continue to build upon to continue mission success. I wish you the best as you go back to the States, go to ACSC, and join Rachel and Noah back home. To the men and women of the 35th Maintenance Squadron, I look forward to meeting you and getting to know each and every one of you, and who works for this great organization, and I can't wait to learn from you all over the next 2 years. I know that there will be a lot of change to come within the organization and aircraft converging, but I have no doubt that as a team, we will remain combat-ready focused organization committed to the mission and supporting the sortie generation, meeting all of the demands and challenges thrown our way. I look forward to learning how I can best support the team and building partner relationships with those around the 35th Fighter Wing and all of our mission partners. I am honored and humbled to be a part of the Misawa team and the 35th Maintenance Squadron. I look forward to what the future has to hold and serving as your commander. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Schindling. At this time, the men and women of the 35th Maintenance Squadron will welcome Major Schindling with their first salute as commander.
Freezer. Halt. Order. Halt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the men and women of Misawa Air Base and the 35th Maintenance Squadron are proud to have served under Major Pardini. We wish him and his family good luck and Godspeed in their future endeavors. We also welcome Major Schindling as she assumes her duties as commander of the 35th Maintenance Squadron. Please stand for the playing of the Air Force song found in your program and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Off we go to the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, and give it up, give it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. We invite everyone to join us for refreshments at the back of the hangar. On behalf of the 35th Maintenance, thank you for attending today's ceremony and have a pleasant day.